The United Kingdom has a new Prime Minister and his name is Keir Starmer. 61-year-old leader of the Labour Party has managed to get a thumping majority victory, in many ways ending 14 years of the Conservative Party's governance in the UK.
You campaigned for it, you fought for it, you voted for it, and now it has arrived. Change begins now.
But apart from their internal politics, what would Prime Minister Starmer's victory mean for India? If we look at history, Labour Party earlier had Jeremy Corbyn as their leader. His stand was critical of India. And worse, his stand, especially on Kashmir, was against India. It appeared to be more pro-Pakistan. He advocated for separation from India of Kashmir. He had even called for an international intervention. This decision of the Labour Party had alienated many British Indian voters and as a large base in the 2019 UK general elections. Starmer, meanwhile, has been more mature in his politics. His election campaign has shown that he recognizes contributions of the Indian origin community and thereby their growing political clout in domestic affairs. Observers believe Starmer has attempted to also stamp out anti-India or extremist sentiments within his own party.
To British Indians, I want to express my admiration and respect for everything you do for our country. Without your efforts, this country would be diminished in so many ways.
The Labour Party fielded Indian origin candidates in the 2024 UK elections. Starmer visited the Swaminarayan temple also in Kingsbury during this campaigning season and sought to reassure the British Hindu community that there was absolutely no place for Hindu phobia in Britain. He was seen celebrating Holi and Diwali festivals earlier with the Indian diaspora. At the India Global Forum last year, Starmer had said, and I quote it here, "This is a changed Labour Party. What my Labour government will seek with India is a relationship based on our shared values of democracy and aspiration." So far, so good. So we hope that the Labour victory could see a stricter handling of cases of hate crimes against Indian diaspora, especially faced by the British Hindu citizens. For example, what we had seen in Leicester. Free trade agreement. The 14th round of the India-UK free trade agreement closed without reaching a breakthrough. Although former UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak had spoken to the Indian counterpart Prime Minister Narendra Modi and expressed a desire to seal this deal very soon. But the sticking points continued to remain unresolved. And one of those key issues is UK's demand for greater access to India's service market, which is crucial for British economy. With India's population of over 1 billion people, its economy projected to become world's third largest by 2050, this access would be a significant priority for the UK. There have been setbacks, but both sides appear to be committed toward a fair and a balanced trade deal. Back in 2022, the then Prime Minister of UK, Boris Johnson, launched these trade negotiations. It was basically an aim to crack the deal by Diwali that year itself. However, tricky issues started to surface. Visa arrangements, tariff on goods such as cars and whiskey remain unresolved. The Labour Party this time made it official during the election campaign when Starmer's party manifesto stated, and I quote it here, this was on foreign policy issues, that a new strategic partnership will develop with India, with specific mention of the free trade agreement, which has been stuck for some years now. So the FTA talks have faced interruptions. There have been differences over several chapters. For example, Scotch, apparel, immigration or increased professional visas, intellectual property rights, medicines and services. But the United Kingdom in the past few years have looked at India with a renewed interest. India is, after all, the 5th largest economy in the world, even above the United Kingdom. The trade volume between India and UK have also grown. $17.5 billion in 21-22 fiscal year rose to $20.36 billion by 2023. And let's not forget, India is the 5th largest investor in the UK, with approximately 700 Indian businesses operating there at a large level, including Tata, which is the largest private sector employer. Britain, meanwhile, is the 3rd largest foreign direct investor in India. Immigration policy. Immigration has been a big issue in British politics. British citizens have started to largely expect restrictions on mass immigration. And both the Tories and the Labour understand that, even though they may disagree on implementation as per their party belief. So will they place Indian immigrants at par with other nationalities, or will they choose to provide relief to us? That will be worth watching out for. The UK, remember, is a powerhouse, specifically when it comes to information technology and finance. India's service sector would aim to benefit there. So visa and immigration will be important to how these deals are going to be signed here on. Immigration also is connected to the free trade agreement. India is keen on temporary visas for the skilled workforce under the FTA. This is essentially the area where India expects a bargain on this deal. But because the Labour Party's 2024 election manifesto to also emphasize on deepening cooperation with India in areas like security, technology, climate change and education, but it will have to be seen on how the implementation will be on the ground. So as I conclude, for now, it will be about celebrations for Keir Starmer and the Labour Party, their historic victory after 14 years of Conservatives in the UK. And if this is a new Labour Party, we will be tracking that for you. Thank you for watching.